and welcome to another episode of the Marco Podcast,
a show dedicated to the realness of organization and entrepreneurship. This space was created for every woman who needs motivation or inspiration to get organized and to keep going after her dream. I'm your host, Angel J. Sit back and prepare for valuable tips, resources, laugh, and much more. If this is your first time here, welcome, and thanks for joining. If you've been hanging around for a while, welcome back, and I hope you brought a friend. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode. Today I am going to talk to you all about my first big oh my goodness moment of 2024 when it comes to my business. So I'm going to try to give you all the shortened version of it. My husband always says that I always have to take the long route when I'm telling a story and it takes me forever to get to the point. But I'm like, sometimes people need all the information and the backstory so they can know what's going on. So it started back in December of 2023. I realized that I wanted to start creating courses for my business, The Modest Company. I was like, I need some place to house my courses. So I did my research, did my due diligence, and was looking and researching different hosting sites for it. And I found one that was actually like perfect because you could do your courses in it. You could do your one-on-one sessions. You could do your email marketing, which is basically like all in one. Now, the price tag on it was a bit much. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can afford this, but it had a 2-week trial. And I thought that I saw someplace else where you could do a 30-day trial. And I thought I had signed up for the 30-day trial, but it was a 2-week trial. So I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, I'm going to play around with it for these 2 weeks and see how it goes. I was like, God knows what I need in my business. He knows that this would be perfect. And this would just help me keep everything on track, everything in one place, not having to jump from system to system and remembering all those passwords because we know everything has a different password requirement. So anyways, I played around with it a little bit in the first 2 weeks, but not like a whole lot. And then it told me that my trial was about to end. And I was like, no, I need to create these courses. And so I went into, but I was like, this price tag is really getting me. So I went in to cancel it and they gave me another 30 days free. And I was like, okay, God's looking out for me. Like he's going to make this happen. It's going to work out that I'm going to be able to just afford these services. So I'm just going to keep going. So spent the time creating my courses in it, getting everything up and running. And then one day I was trying to like connect my domain to it to do a subdomain so that it would still pop up with the Modco SC, and then it would just have like courses or something in it. But I still wanted to be tied to my brand. I didn't want it to be tied to the platform's brand. So I was trying to do that, thought I had it figured out. Well, I clicked on something and somehow I created a whole new site, but I thought that I had erased my other site. So I was freaking out over that, and I'm going in, I'm chatting with them, spent probably like 30-45 minutes chatting with them. It was all good. They showed me what had happened. I had accidentally created another site, but my old site was still there. So they told me what I needed to do. So I was like, whew, okay, we're good here. Then I had also saw there where it's like, make sure that you're signed up for our email notifications because we're going to be releasing our best deal ever in the new year, our best promo ever. So I was like, okay, let me make sure that I'm signed up for these email notifications so I can get this promo. And so then I saw what the promo was and I'm like, okay, this is a really good promo. Like it was, you was basically getting, well, not basically, the promo was you were getting 3 months for $100, whereas 1 month with the subscription cost almost $200. So I was like, 3 months for $100. I was like, see, I knew it. God was going to look out for me. He was going to make this, affordable for me because he knows I need it for my business. So I'm trying to sign up for the 3 months for $100. Cannot sign up for like it's nowhere to be found. I can only find it on the main screen when I go to log in. So I'm chatting with them and they're like, oh, sorry. The promotion is only for new people who signed up. It's only for people who sign up right now. It's not for people who are already signed up or who are under a free trial. So now if anyone knows me, I'm like mad and I'm annoyed because I'm just like, well, you think the rest of us don't want this 3 months for $99. So then I'm searching the internet for platforms that are compatible to the one that I'm using. And I'm also like already slightly annoyed because I've spent so much time and effort creating my stuff in this one, getting everything set up, all my workflows set up, all my email flows set up, my courses set up, like everything. So I'm sitting up here researching what's compatible for it. And then I was just like, no, Angel, you've already got everything set up. Like, this is your system. This is what you're supposed to be working in. Like, because I've already had this figured out in my head that this is just what I'm supposed to be working in. So I don't even want to give anything else another thought, nor do I want to take the time to try to learn another platform and recreate everything else in another platform. Still working in this other platform, still working on my 30-day free trial. In the back of my mind, it's still like, okay, what's going to happen when this free trial is up? But thinking about it, but not really thinking about it, because I'm like, I'm about to launch these courses. Everything's going to work out just fine. Well, I also joined a couple of bundles. And so for those of you who don't know what bundles are where like a bunch of content creators and business owners, they all get together and they basically give away like freebies. So stuff that people would normally have to pay for, you'll get it for free for a limited time. So it could be like workshops, courses, templates that they've created, workbooks that they've created, anything like that. So I joined 2 bundles and I was getting all my stuff together for the bundles, and I had everything set up for it. Had sent my links over to the people. And for the bundles, you either have to have a coupon option or you have to go in and make your stuff free for like the people who are going to purchase the bundles. So I had a coupon option for my stuff. The first time it worked and I was like, okay. And I was like, well, I need to like tweak something on here. And so I changed what I needed to change. And then I went back and it kept saying coupon invalid, coupon invalid. I'm like, why is the coupon invalid? It's fine. It's working. I have it activated. Well, I finally realized that it was a single use coupon. So you could only use it once. And I was like, well, that's not going to work for what I need it for, because I don't know how many people are going to sign up, and this coupon needs to be available to all of them. So I saw that it had the option to do a bulk coupon. I was like, okay, cool. I can just do a bulk coupon. So that way I can put in how many people get to use this coupon. Well, with the bulk coupon, it generates a coupon code for you. And for the bundles, you have to use, sometimes they require certain codes for the bundle. And one of them had a specific code that you had to, a specific coupon code that you had to use if you're using a coupon code. And even if they don't have a specific code that you have to use, you can't send them 500 different codes for everyone to use. It has to be one code that's available to everyone. So now I'm getting frustrated and I'm getting annoyed because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I've spent all this time creating these courses in here, creating my landing pages, getting everything set up. I've shared these links with people. And I also had a coupon code in there for something else that I had done. And that was actually getting ready to launch for that workshop and go live. And I was like, I've sent these people these links. I sent them these coupon codes. And now only one person is going to be able to use them, or the code's not going to be able to be used at all. So I am sitting here having like a mini freak out. I'm texting my husband and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I was like, I'm supposed to launch this course in 2 days, and the system that I was using, it's just not what I thought that it was going to be. It's not doing what I'm supposed to do. And he was like, well, what are you going to do now? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'm going to go cry. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go cry. And then in the back of my mind, like I was just hearing something that I had recently heard is like, is crying going to fix anything? No, crying isn't going to fix anything. And I think it was like, are you going to cry about it or are you going to boss up? And I was like, okay, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to boss up. So let me figure out what it is that I need to do. So I figure out what I need to do. Like I went back, did my research again. I kind of already knew like which source I wanted to, which platform I wanted to change over to, but I went back, did a little bit more research, and I was like, okay, cool. I was able to find it. This one was also way more affordable than the other one was. Did it do everything that the other one did? No, it didn't, but it did do a good bit of the stuff that I needed. And I was like, so what if I have to use more than one system? I was like, one, this platform is easier to use than the other platform. Two, it is more affordable than the other platform. And three, I can do multiple coupon codes for the same. I can use the coupon code multiple times. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to go with this. So I had like 2 days before everything was supposed to launch. And I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do here? So I worked in overtime, getting like everything switched over, updating links, updating like the emails that I already had scheduled to go out, updating those with new links so that it would be the right link when it went out. And during all this time, I was just like, Angel, you had the signs. Like, there were red flags that the system just was not going to work out for you. And my husband always talk about signs and how we just like ignore signs sometimes. And I mean, the first sign was when clearly I looked at the price tag and was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford this. The second sign was when I had the 2-week trial and I barely did anything in the 2-week trial with it. And then when the 2-week trial was almost up, when I was like, oh, let me go back in now and try to see what I'm going to do. That was like the second sign. The third sign was when I thought that I had deleted the whole site and I was going to have to start all over again. Like, that was my cue right then to go and find another platform to start all over again. And then the fourth sign was when I got mad because I couldn't get the discounted rate for 3 months. But I had already told myself that this was the platform that I was going to use. And I was just like, God's going to make a way. God's going to make a way. This is what I'm going to use. But because I had already told myself that I wasn't open to other options, or I wasn't even considering anything else, even though I kept getting block after block, sign after sign that, you know, this is just not it. And so in business and in life, like, pay attention to the signs. God gives us signs. Get out of your own head sometimes and just remember that just because you think that something is. When I had to go back through and redo everything in the other platform, I was so mad at myself and I was kicking myself because I was like, I've spent probably the last 3 or 4 weeks on this other platform trying to get everything just right and trying to get everything how I wanted it. And now look, in the end, I'm having to go through and redo all of this stuff and put it together, when if I had have just from the jump went with another platform, none of this would have happened and I wouldn't have had my first little mini freak out of 2024. So the lesson in all of this is pay attention to the signs, y'all. Know where you are in your business. Like, yeah, you know, we want to think we want to be able to afford all the things in life and in business. But if you know that it's not within your price range or within your budget, then find something else that's equivalent to it that is in your price range and is in your budget. And when you get to that point where you outgrow your current platform or system that you're in, then that's when you know that it's time to go up to that other one that was originally out of your budget. So that's all that I have for today, guys. I will talk to you all again soon. Bye. Before we go, I have a 5-star review to read. This review comes from Asia Dore. Helpful, quick. The G.L.O.E podcast is such a fun way to learn new tips for my small business in bite-sized chunks. Angel manages to make each episode informative yet conversational, and I love that most episodes are well under 30 minutes, so I can easily fit them into my day while I walk, stretch, or clean the house. I've learned about so many awesome fellow entrepreneurs thanks to her guest lineup. Thank you so much, Asia, for listening and for that review. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the G.L.O.E podcast. I hope that you enjoyed this episode and learned something from it. Be sure to share this episode with a friend, family member, colleague, or anyone you think will enjoy it. Make sure you hit the follow or subscribe button. And if you love the podcast, please leave us a 5-star rating and review on your favorite podcasting app. That helps others to find us and gets us listed in other show recommendations. So you all know that I run on coffee, and so does the show. If you'd like to buy us a coffee, you can do so by clicking on the link in the show notes. Thank you so much and chat soon.